Perfect time today to take a walk with Father Jeff Walker. Kind of a brisk walk and one that involves boots.
Yeah, good morning, Father Jeff.
Good morning. You know, I just talked the other day with one of my priest friends who's in Phoenix, Arizona. And I said, what are you up to? And he said, well, I'm just out for a walk. It's a beautiful evening. I said, oh, we're not allowed to do that in my state.
Yeah.
That must be nice. Just out for a nice evening stroll, you know. But Ohio, this is the adventure. We love it.
Yeah, we do love it. And of course, you had a lot of excitement at the parish yesterday morning when all those folks were kind of loading up on buses heading down to D.C.
Yeah, this is for many years now. St. Thomas More has been sort of base camp for the diocesan trip to the March for Life. So I'm a traveling wedding priest, as I've said on this show before. So I have a wedding tomorrow, actually. So I'm not with them. But I got to celebrate Mass with all of them here at St. Tom's before they loaded those buses. And I told some of our missionaries afterwards, I said, I always forget just how many people come to this thing, just how many young people come to this. That we had a full church yesterday morning with people who were excited to be here and excited to go and be part of this pro-life movement. And it is such a young movement and such a joyful movement. That's the thing that's always stood out to me about the March for Life and about the pro-life movement in general. I mean, when I think of our own Falcons for Life student organization that's on campus, and the joy that they bring when they do events over there, that they really have, even when they're talking about, sad realities in our world today, they have such a hope about them. That's why they're out there witnessing. That's why they're out there talking, because they really believe that people can come to know the truth and the world can be changed and hearts can be moved. That comes with a certain sense of hope. And, I don't often see that I often don't see that in the pro-choice side. I've got a nasty letter in my inbox right now, just because we were the jumping off point for the March for Life. There's so much anger in a lot of movements, not just the pro-choice movement, but you often see such anger, such hatred in our world today. And the pro-life movement, my experience of it has always been, it's one that is joyful, it's one that's hopeful, and the group that I've dealt with here in the diocese, it's very young too.
It's an amazing contrast. It really is.
And I love the fact that we get to talk to you, Father, because you're at a real touch point for where evangelization is in our church regarding young people, which is where it's going to happen for the most part, and changing hearts and minds in particular of young people. What was your sense of the group that was there yesterday? How many do you think what percentage were brand new going for the first time, and how many were returners?
I wish that I had asked for a little poll after Mass, but, we went right into adoration, so I wasn't going to disturb the Lord.
Yeah.
But my sense from just talking to random people is that, I don't know, maybe a third of them were new. I think 2/3 had been before.
Yeah.
But I would also say that, I don't know, 85, 80% more. I don't know. All statistics are made up on the spot, that, right?
Yeah, and we're good with that.
We're under the age of 30. We're under
my
the age of
goodness.
25, maybe even. I'm not really good at guessing people's ages either, but such a young crowd as part of our diocesan pilgrimage. And you think that you often hear that young people don't think critically about things, or they don't care about these issues. But here stands in front of me people who do think critically about these things, and people who do care about what is good and true and holy and right, and who care about the cause of life.
You're going to be the celebrant at a wedding, the witness at a wedding, I'm sure, of students that you had administered to in the past. Is that a right assumption?
It's actually one of our focus missionaries that was here. She met a young man from Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I'm going from Bowling Green to Bowling Green.
Let me ask you this. So you're witnessing many of the marriages of these young people. This is about life as well, right? These young people are getting married and they're having families.
Absolutely. Here's a little secret for you. One of the perks of the priesthood is that I am usually among the first people to find out that couples are having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sometimes one of the first persons to find out they've gotten engaged because they'll call right away and say, hey, what are you doing on this date? But what joy it brings me to see the couples that I've married in the last year not living just for themselves, but really starting a family, or who have the firm intention really to welcome life if the Lord would bless them with it, and right from a young age. And one couple that relatively newlywed just found out they're pregnant came and told me that. I was overjoyed, and they said, Father, it is good to hear someone who's joyful that we're starting our family, because there's so many people that say, oh, are you sure about this? Oh, don't you want to wait? Oh, what are you doing? And they said, no, this is what it's about. This is why we've gotten married. We want to have a family together. This is our life. This is good. So that's not something that's shared among everybody, but it certainly is among these young, faithful Christians who I encounter.
And a good reminder to us to be celebratory when we hear that kind of news.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. They're so excited. Life is very good.
Amen. Well, safe travels to the other Bowling Green, and thanks for the walk this morning, Father.
Absolutely. God bless you.
We'll be right back.